Hey, it's Kier Anderson with Digital Red Zone, and today we're going to talk about location data, and I'm going to do it as fast as I can. We're going to learn why it's important to your business, what it affects, and how to fix it. So, location, does it matter? Well, in business, yes. Unfortunately, to many businesses, their location data is, well, it's more reminiscent of a picture like this. Um, Especially in the Columbia area, location data is a mess. And your location data is your business name, your phone number, and your address. Simply put, it's how people find you. So, why is it a mess? Well, there are things called data aggregators that crawl the internet. They find your name, phone numbers, addresses associated with your business name, and they pull them together and put them in directories to represent the correct information they believe for your business. That information then gets spilled across the internet. And so if you're not managing it, even if you've been somewhere, let's see, the longest I've seen somebody who's been there for 25 years, never moved, never changed phone numbers, had incorrect location data about them. We actually found phone numbers of mobile phones of people who use them for work orders when they came to provide service. I guess it was internet service or something. So, anyways, your location data is easy to have screwed up, and not managing it only ensures that 100% your location data is not going to be correct. And you might be wondering, well, what does that affect? Well, first of all, that affects anyone trying to find your business. If they want to find your address, they're looking for your phone number. It's going to that incorrect data is going to show up. They will find it, and then they'll probably call you. You've probably gotten calls like this where they said, "Well, your address is wrong for your business," or "Your phone number is wrong for your business," and I got the wrong phone number off a website, and it confuses you because you don't. You'll go look at your website and you say, "Well, it's all correct." Well, where they're getting it is from directory sites, either through apps on their phone. They can be using Maps apps on their phone. They can be using a directory like Yelp, even Google Places, even Google Maps will have incorrect data if it's not managed. So if you're not managing your data, this picture with all the one-way signs pointing in every direction, this is the signal you're giving to consumers. It's a signal of confusion, doubt, and distrust. It's not something you want. So let's look at location data, what it is. So we ran a test here for the purpose of this video. I'm trying to keep it as fast as possible. So we Googled plumber in Irma. I need a plumber. My sink's overflowing. And so we wanted to see who came up. So you have your ad, and then you have what we call the 3-pack. And these are the 3 listings that show up in the maps. When I get asked about internet marketing or marketing in general all the time, they always say, well, how do I get in the maps? Well, what I'm going to show you today is one of the main factors of getting in the maps. And that's just simply managing your location data. So we've got a tool that if you can go to our website, we've got it listed on there. We have it on our Facebook page, and I'll probably embed it in wherever we post this video, so you can run a scan on your own business and just see whether your information is correct or not. So this is the scan. You simply type in your business name, your address, and your phone number. Hit scan now, and magically a report will appear, and it'll show. We've got it set to pull 70 or so listings. We actually manage more for our clients, but this is good. This is enough of a sample to give you an idea if you've got problems. Okay, so as we can see, the very first listing in the 3-pack is Mess Plumbing, and when we pull them up and we run a scan, we see they've got 66 location data errors, and those are multiple phone numbers. The good thing they've done is their address is consistent, and that's why they're number 1. They've got the least amount of errors, as you'll see as we go through the other listings. Their address is consistent. Their name is not. Their name appears in multiple different ways. So what this tells me, from my perspective for a client, is this is a beatable listing. There's a way to compete here. They don't have it locked down. And so all these incorrect errors means if you had less incorrect errors and some techniques we know, we can move you up the maps. And this works for any type of business. Now, we're just using plumbing as an example. So let's look at the second one here, Plumbing Solutions. Now this was a really cool scan. So they actually had the least amount of errors, right? So they were one less than Mets. They used to be located in Irmo. They must have moved. And again, their address is very consistent, which is why they're still pulling up. So we actually did a search for them. We pulled their business name. We typed in Irmo to see if that's in fact what happened. And then we found right away, so they've got customers looking for them. Their old listings are popping up with the old address here. Luckily, the phone number's the same. So if they call, they're still good. But what that does puts doubt in the eyes of your customer. You know, what's going on here? Now, obviously, businesses move, but you want to get this cleaned up as fast as possible. Because what it does also is confuses the algorithms. And so the algorithms are what determines where you show up in these maps. And one of the main factors is how consistent your location data is across all platforms. And so that includes your BBB, that includes your Chamber of Commerce listing. And so we want all these things to have the same business name, the same phone number, and the same address. And it sounds so simple, and it really is simple. It's just very time consuming. Because if you look at a report like this, you got 70 listings. Well, we generally look at over 100. If you're very good at computers, how do you fix this? How do you fix this data? If you're very proficient, I would leave yourself an hour per listing to fix. We got a system, obviously, that works much better, much faster. It's very affordable. But if you wanted to do it yourself, it is possible. It's just very time consuming. And so when we look at the next listing here, I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. So we're looking at Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter is third, and it is third in errors detected. And so we're developing a pattern here. Now, if you had less errors and consistent data, you would compete in these maps far better. Also, we have some techniques we use for our clients to help them move up the maps, but this is the first step. So let's look at one that's not in the 3-pack. Let's look down here, the one that's not showing up. Okay, Capital City Plumbing. Let's see if the trend continues. 107 location errors, and they're not even listed in some of the top directories. So if you're a plumber in Irmo, it's wide open. We can definitely help get you ranked better in the Irmo area for plumbing. But this works across all businesses in all cities and all towns across the country. You've got to manage your location data. The computer's working against you. It's trying to find out, because you've got to remember that there are people who spam or people who put in incorrect data to try and make a business not look as good or not show up in the search engines. And so managing your data allows you to take control of the process and better compete here in these maps. So again, your location data is your name of your company, your address, and your phone number. And we want to get it consistent across the major directories, because that's the first step in getting you ranked in the maps for what you do or sell. I hope this helps. I hope that you understand what location data is a little better. And if you have any questions, you can always call me here at Digital Red Zone, 803-210-7748. Visit our website at digitalredzone.com. Visit our Facebook page at Digital Red Zone on Facebook. And like I said, we'll put up some links so you can scan your own business and just take a look at your own location data and see how it's coming. I will tell you, if you have moved, this is a mess. If you occupy a space that has had any turnover, this is a mess. If you're not managing it, even though you haven't moved, it's going to be a mess. Now, fixing all these and being more consistent, we see a trend. Does that mean you're 100% guaranteed to be here? No, there's some other techniques we've got to do to make sure the computer understands. And that's more with your website and some other factors, understands who you are and where you are. But these maps listings are also going to pull from your location. So we're using a tool that we're able to pull location independent so it's not picking it up from my router or anything I'm using. But at home, when you're doing this, it's going to pick up where you are and generally show, we found, the listings that have the least amount of errors that are closest to your location. And so, being a business owner, if you want to compete here, we've got the formula to do it, and we can get you generally 60 days. We can have your location data fairly cleaned up. And that includes duplicates and all those things. So, again, if you got any questions, let me know. 803-210-7748. I hope this was educational, and if you're watching this, pass it on to a business owner you know, because 99% of them have no idea that this data is all screwed up. So it would be a big help. I know it's helped our clients quite a bit. So talk to you soon. Have a great evening.